Okay, so this video is going to be all about why your tattoo removal doesn't seem to work and what you can do about it. Let's just start from the beginning. The first thing that often hinders a correct tattoo removal is the laser that's used. Your surgeon or your tattoo removal professional oftentimes uses a laser that's not up to the standards that are used today. Oftentimes old lasers have too long durations of pulses and the lasers are not powerful enough. To remove a tattoo as efficiently as possible, the pulses of the laser must be as quick and short as possible and the energy must be as high as possible, so they can penetrate the skin as effectively as it gets. The second reason your tattoo doesn't seem to fade is that your tattoo remover doesn't use the correct laser settings. For each color of your tattoo, a specific wavelength is best to use. For example, black color usually needs a wavelength of 1060 to be removed properly, whereas blue and green need something around 700 nanometers and red and orange or yellow need something around 500 nanometers. So depending on the color of your tattoo, the tattoo artist has to adapt the laser settings, and it's possible that if your tattoo doesn't really seem to fade and if your tattoo is colored, then that's the reason, and you can just hit him up and tell him, hey, I've seen this video on YouTube and the guy told me that colors don't really fade if the wrong wavelengths are used. Could this be the reason? And your tattoo removal professional will help you out. The third reason a tattoo doesn't get properly removed is oftentimes the lack of experience of the laser technician. And that's a really bad thing, because oftentimes in many states of the US, the laser technicians don't need to have a proper education. All they have to do is visit a 1-month course and study a little, and then they are free to handle a laser. But oftentimes that's not enough, and technicians oftentimes put too much power on the skin, or they hold the laser on the same spot for too long times and the skin gets damaged, and that's often a reason that your tattoo removal fails. Reason number 4 is the treatment of your skin after the session. Oftentimes after a session your skin will feel like it's burned or it feels irritated, and to compensate for that you need to cool your skin, you need to care for your skin in order to prepare for the next removal session. And if you don't properly care for your skin, then your skin will not be ready for the next session and your removal process will take longer, and therefore you will also have to spend more money on more sessions. So care for your tattoo and you will save money on sessions. The fifth reason a tattoo removal oftentimes fails is the recovery time you get. Oftentimes laser technicians are in a hurry and they have a lot of customers to care for, so they set their schedules very tightly. And oftentimes they schedule sessions with pauses of just 1 week or so. But oftentimes it's much better to have a 2-week or even 3-week pause, so your skin can heal and be prepared for the next removal session. So that's important. Take care for your skin and give it time. Be patient. Reason number 6 that your tattoo removal seems to be slow is the location of your tattoo. For example, the skin on my forehead feels differently than the skin on my wrist. The reason is that the skin is actually different depending on the location on your body, and depending on the location of your body, the times to remove a tattoo also vary. So if you watch a YouTube experience vlog where somebody gets his tattoo removed and he has a tattoo on his chest, you can totally not compare it to what you experience when you remove a wrist tattoo. There's a big difference in the construction of the skin and the skin layers, and depending on where your tattoo is, you will have different needs. Point number 7 is the age of your tattoo. Now, oftentimes, if you want to remove a relatively new tattoo, for example, under 3 years, that's what I consider new for tattoos, then you will need to give it more time, more sessions for laser removal, and you need to be more patient. In new tattoos, the ink is much more present, and new tattoos generally take longer to break down. In contrast, older tattoos are broken down over the years, so they are much easier to remove. Point number 8 is very similar to the previous one. It's about how deep the ink is under your skin. Depending on the depth of the ink, a removal can get much harder, because the deeper the ink is, the harder it is to remove, obviously, because a laser can only deliver power to a certain distance under the skin. And the deeper the ink is, the more sessions and the more laser treatments you will need to get your tattoo removed. Point number 9 is about smoking. So if you smoke, then you need to be a lot more patient. Because according to a study, when you're a smoker, 70% of the tattoo removals will take longer than if you're not a smoker. Maybe you can even quit smoking for a few months while you are treating your tattoo. Maybe this will help you. And tip number 10 is to generally protect your skin more. Especially in summer, you have to avoid the sunlight at all costs. Sunlight will increase the irritation on your skin, and it will increase the time it needs to heal. And each of those 10 points I just mentioned prevent your tattoo removal from being successful. So to have a successful tattoo removal, you have to protect your skin, care for your skin, be more patient, give everything more time, and maybe even speak to your laser technician and ask him questions. If you're insecure about what happens with your tattoo, and if you feel that your tattoo doesn't fade, then just ask. He will answer you. If you feel that your tattoo removal costs way too much, or you're afraid to get a tattoo removal because it oftentimes doesn't work that great, then you can check the link in the description. It's an ebook about the natural way I use to clean my full-size back tattoo. It's a simple step-by-step formula, and it doesn't involve any pain, it doesn't involve any lasers. It's just a plain natural method, and it tells you step by step everything you need to do, and you can simply follow along, and you will remove your tattoo naturally without any issues. It's not even dangerous, and that's what I really like about it. So that's how I remove my tattoo. If you want to know more about it, either check the link in the description. It's my method that I used, and that worked like a charm. I don't need any laser treatments. I will always do it like that. And if you want to learn more about that, then you can check out my other videos, because in these videos I explain even more about that. So thank you for watching. Hit the like button, comment down below, and see you next time. Bye.